Okay, now that we've completed the first cube, we're going to make some additional cubes on the page, but we're going to make them on separate layers. So if any of the orthogonal lines were to intersect, they wouldn't have to be erased. So here we go. We'll go over to Layer, New, Layer. You could also type in Shift Command N. And I'm going to call this cube 2. You'll see it here on the right side of the page in the Layers palette. I will grab a brush, and I'm going to put this one above the horizon line. So I'll go on the opposite side, the right side of the page. And I'm not going to make this one a cube. I'm going to make this one actually a rectangle. I want to change the color of my brush and make my brush a little bit thicker. Okay, so I'm going to make this one kind of long and narrow like that. Now when I get to the top, I want to connect these corners to the vanishing point. We only connect 3 because the 4th one wouldn't be visible if the object is solid. So there's 1, there's 2. Remember, to make it go from one point to the other, click in the desired spot, move to the new location, hold down the Shift key, click, and it'll just follow to that new spot. Now you want to determine how wide you want this to be. I could make it very thin, like the piece here on the right. I'm going to make this one a little bit wider here. So we'll start here, and we'll come down, and then I go to the right, roll across. So we can give these any dimensions we want. Take the eraser, and now we'll clean that up. I'm also using the Shift key when I erase, because it allows me to erase using straight lines, and I don't have to go nuts. So once you've done that, you've created the next layer. And if you wanted to do one more, which we're going to do here, that goes across the horizon line. And the reason we're doing that one, it's a little bit different. You're only going to see 2 sides. On the boxes we've made now, you see 3 sides: the top, the side, and the front, or here the front, the side, and the bottom. This next one, you're only going to see 2 sides. You won't see the top or the bottom. So here's what we'll do. We'll create a new layer, and I'll call this cube 3. And I'll hit OK. And anything that lines up directly with the vanishing point, you're only going to see 2 sides. So if I did it directly above or below it, the same thing would happen. You would only see 2 sides of it. So now I connect to the vanishing point, and I have to decide how wide I want it. I'll let this one be wide. We'll go all the way far back. And then I get my eraser, erase those extra lines. Now in here, you can see that the horizon line is going through the piece. If I want that not to be visible, what I can do is I can fill that space with a color or with white. In this situation, because I was just working in black and white, I'm going to pick the color white. And I'm not going to use my brush. I'm going to go down below to where it looks like it would be a gradient tool. Press down on it. Hold it down. Underneath is a paint bucket. Pour the paint bucket in that space. And now we don't see the horizon line anymore. So that's the basic idea of how to create some cubes in one-point perspective.